Okay, what's up, everyone? So today we got, I was misinformed. This place, I believe it's called Cajun Chicken Company or something like along those lines. And I don't know why I was ordering some things kind of off to me. So I ordered some fries, right? But I didn't know that there was originally fries that already came with the sandwich. And then I thought the sandwich was a fried chicken sandwich as well, but I ended up getting a grilled chicken sandwich instead. But anyways, it's a little healthier, but the fries and the mac and cheese won't make it any better anyways. And then got some buffalo sauce on the side right here. And then got a nice naked juice right here. Let me crack this open and let's get into it, baby. Let me put that buffalo sauce. Oh, that would be nice with the chicken. Chicken might be a little dry. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo sauce got it's a little sweet. Got a little heat on it, a little bit. Let's get it. Alright. Grilled chicken sandwich right here. I haven't had a grilled chicken sandwich for a minute, to be honest. Pretty much what I expected from a grilled chicken sandwich. I normally like fried chicken sandwiches. Of course, anything fried tastes better, right? But it's not as healthy for you. But the real test is the mac and cheese. Let's see if it tastes any good. Okay, honestly, I feel like this is like Kraft mac and cheese. There's nothing too crazy. It's kind of tastes like you could make this mac and cheese at your own house. So it's my opinion. But I always wanted to go to one of those cookouts where people would bring a bunch of food, like they would grill their own specialty or bring food that they specialize in. And I always wanted to try some old grandma or auntie's really bomb mac and cheese, but I haven't really tasted anything that was like, wow, that really blew my mind, you know? Okay, so today's topic we'll be talking about God of High School episode 5. Now, everyone's been waiting for the finals of the Seoul preliminaries, right? This is like the big UFC match between the best of the best, head to head, like Conor McGregor or someone or Khabib or whatever or whatnot. So this is what I like about God of High School. So you know that Jin is faced up in the semifinals against this Brazilian taijutsu user. Oh no, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I believe taijutsu from Naruto. Excuse me. But they don't waste any time. These minor characters don't really get much screen time, so we don't have to like prolong and drag out, certain episodes. He only had like 1 minute. I think Jin defeated him, and later on we get throughout the most of the episode, the fight is mainly focused on Jin versus Han, right? And we also get a little flashback between Han and his friend who's currently in the hospital, and before. His friend actually was in good health, and before they became really good friends, they duked it out and had like a really tough battle between them, and they were all beat up, but in the end Han ended up winning. So there's that saying that goes, right, enemies that beat each other up and go through fighting and stuff like that may become best friends at the end. Okay, let me get a quick sip right here. Now after the semifinals, we see Jin visiting Yumira in the hospital. Now, remember the technology from these nanomachines provided by the administrators of the tournament, saying it could heal any injury or whatnot. So, I believe the administrators were very angry at Yumira because she could have got treated for her injury when she got that sword wound, right? She previously did not know that, so it was not her own fault at the end. But Yumira and Jin were talking things over, and this saying that this is very unlike Han Dae-hwi's character, right? There must be something going on. So now finally, excuse me, finally the day of the fight arrives between Jin and Han, the fight of the century, right? So, I did not know that Han was going to give Jin many problems. He put up a really good fight, and at one point in time, I thought it could go either way. It was pretty much, I think they both pretty much matched each other. But I think Jin has a little bit more raw talent, of course, and he also ate that fruit, so maybe has a little edge upon Dae-hwi. So this comes to a point in time when Jin knocks Dae-hwi down, and he gives him a hand, saying, "Yep," he's showing good sportsmanship, trying to help him get back up. And then Han comes up with this phrase saying that I never thought of you guys as my friends. So this kind of, when I was watching this live time, I was getting flashbacks from Tower of God between Rachel and Bam. Sorry for the spoilers, but if you guys watch Tower of God, you know, right? So Dae-hwi sees an opening, and he uses multiple of his stances, and then he deals big damage to Jin by using his fourth stance. I believe it's called the Azure Dragon, and Jin's looking pretty hurt at this point in time. So, believe it or not, Han visited Park Mu-jin to try to set up a deal. Since his friend is in bad shape, he wants to get the treatment from the nanomachines to see if it will help his friend's condition. Park Mu-jin made a deal with him. You know what? Okay, if you manage to win the semifinals by a landslide and also the finals in the Seoul preliminaries, then we'll give treatment to your friend. Well, unfortunately, during the middle of the match, Yumira actually comes across Han's friend in the hospital, and by the time she got there, his friend passed away, unfortunately. Now, word gets around, and Park Mu-jin eventually tells Han about his friend's passing, and this deeply shocked him, and he said, "Our contract is now void. You can do whatever you want." And right after this little conversation, Han wasn't himself at all. He kind of lost the will to fight, and he was just pretty much taking all the hits from Jin at one point in time. Now, eventually things started to pick up a little bit more during the fight, but let's get a little bit more to eat. But to be honest, this place isn't really popping, in my opinion. It's not doing anything for me. I feel like I could this quality of food right here, it's kind of, I could maybe make it myself. Like a grilled chicken sandwich, I kind of expect it to be a little dry. That's why I put a little buffalo sauce on it. It was nothing too crazy, nothing out of this world. And then the cheese right here, it kind of tastes like instant mac and cheese I can make myself. And the fries, they're cool, but they're just your typical curly cut fries, nothing crazy either. Now, Park Mu-jin told Han that it was too late for the nanomachines to help with his friend's illness, right? I believe it was too late in the stages of whatever disease or illness he had, so that was quite unfortunate on his end. Now, I think the assistant of Park Mu-jin, she asked, "Why did you tell Han during the middle of the fight? Why couldn't you wait until after the fight, right?" So Park Mu-jin has like this kind of cool quote. He says that when a man is at his lowest, then you know who he truly is as a person. And then, now, during the fight, it's quite unbearable to watch. People are still rooting for Han. But Yumira comes out of nowhere with like a large speakerphone saying, "What are you doing?" And during this little intermission, little break, Yumira gives a letter from his friend to Han, who recently passed away, and it's a really heartwarming letter that he told his friend. He knew that Han was participating in this tournament and was fighting on the line for, hopefully winning the tournament for him. And actually he got treatment previously. Park Min-jin tried to start earlier, but even then it was too late. And he knew that he didn't have much time left. And he said to Han, "You don't have to fight for me anymore, fight for yourself." And then, Han picks himself back up and is back to his old self, giving a good fight against Jin as well, which Jin had been waiting for the whole time. So now, there's like the animation sequences and choreography are outstanding in God of High School. There's a scene where both Jin and Han were portrayed in like a calligraphy type of movement when they were fighting each other, which is a nice change of pace. I don't think I've ever seen that in a fighting scene before. It's unique on its own. And then as we approach the end of the fight, Jin actually uses one of, I believe, Han's techniques, the Blue Dragon Kick. He makes it as his own instead of Azure Dragon from Han's Force Dance. So I kind of deduced that Jin might be able to copy his opponent's moves, which is kind of cool. He only saw it like one time in this fight against Han, and he was able to replicate it right away. So here are some few takeaways. Of Jin, I recognize that Jin is. I know the series has been 5 episodes long. It's probably obvious, but after watching episode 5, it made it clear to me. So Han is obviously uses his hands, particularly in his fighting style. Mostly, I don't know. He doesn't really use his legs as often as Jin, but Jin mainly uses his legs for combat, right? So yeah, Jin manages to pull out with the victory, and both of them are pretty beat up at the end. But this is what I like about God High School as well. Yumira actually comes from the ring as well, holding Han by his right side, and while Jin is holding him on his left. So just good sportsmanship, and I believe Yumira, after seeing his friend pass away, she knew what was going on, right? I'm sure she was informed. So that was God of High School episode 5. But okay, just let me give my thoughts and impressions. God of High School episode 4, it felt like a filler episode when Yumira was getting married to that so-called famous martial artist. He turns like he's like a bum. He's kind of fake. He's not a real martial artist, I believe. And it kind of felt like it was going downhill. But from the previous episodes, it started off strong. But episode 5 picked back up a little bit. Don't get me wrong, the choreography and the action scenes were great, but it was nothing that really blew me away. Like, there's so many iconic scenes in anime where I knew, like, watching the first time it gave me goosebumps, and it just gave me like a wow factor. I was speechless. Now, like, the choreography scenes, it's good, but it's just that missing little something, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion. But God High School is good though. The fighting scenes are good so far. But hopefully, in the future, maybe you could elevate its fighting scenes more. I don't know. It's just my opinion. But yeah, that's it for today's mukbang. The food didn't do anything for me. But better don't waste your food. I'll probably finish eating a little bit more and save it for later. But anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Peace.